Uh, Today I am going to speak on Shambuk Vad part of Ramayana. There are many apologetic Hindus who say that it was a later addition by priesthood in Ramayana. Possible, I have no idea about it. But even let's say if it is not a later edition of Ramayana, but it's a reality which was in the original part of Ramayana. Still, I want to express. First of all, let me say that Shambuk Vad. Shambuk is not a Dalit. He is a Shudra. And to my understanding, the concept of Dalit was not existing during the period of Ramayana. He was a Shudra, and Shudras are part of the Varna, and they follow Varnashram Dharma, that is the four Varnas, and plus the four Ashramas. So they are part of it. That is, four Varnas are Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, and the ashrams are Brahmacharya ashram, Grahast ashram, Grahast ashram, Sannyas ashram, and Vanaprastha ashram. So it was a part of the Varnashram dharma. So Shudras are part of the Varnashram dharma. There was no concept of Dalit, and even if people like the Dalit or Jai Bhim, people are saying that Shambuk Vad, our ancestor, was killed by Rama unjustly. Let me tell you one thing. Uh, I had read long time back an article written by Tavlin Singh. If I'm not wrong, if my memory is correct, I'd read a article written by Tavlin Singh long time back, where she had mentioned that atrocities on Dalit were committed more by these OBCs and BCs than Brahmins. And these OBCs and BCs means Shudras. Like me myself, I am a Hindu Bunds. Now, let's say for example, we Hindu Bunds claim, I have read, even I have no idea. Like based on online information only I've got. We claim, many of us, that we are Nagvanshi Kshatriya, but the Brahmins consider us as Shudra because we don't wear Janevu, and Shudras don't wear Janevu. It is only the Brahmins who wear Janevu, the Kshatriyas wear Janevu, and the Vaishyas wear Janevu. And might be such ups and downs used to happen. Like somebody today he's a Brahmin, tomorrow he might be a Kshatriya, or something used to have fluctuality. What used to happen? Uh, so, like for example, when we say Shudras are part of Varnashram Dharma, uh, I think so. Initially during Vedic period, all the four Varna used to read the Vedas, but later on, some people restricted only the Brahmins, Kshatriyas, and Vaishyas to have knowledge of Vedas. That does not mean that the Shudras were not allowed to have other secular knowledge about secular knowledge in schools. They were access. They were because we will not talk about Dalit, because Dalit is a concept which later on came later on. So it's only the four Varnas. So Shudras were the who used to never wear Janevu. Initially, might be they were wearing Janevus, but later on restrictions were put that Vedic knowledge would be only given to the three Varnas above, and Shudras won't be given Vedic knowledge. But that does not mean they did not have any other knowledge, like warfare or skill. They used to learn secular knowledges. Only Vedic knowledge we used to not have. Might be at that time, at that state of time in India, people might have realized. For example, I will give you an example. Nuclear science is that. Now, nuclear science is a science which is a very sensitive science. Now, you can't expose it to the whole mass. There should be some moral understanding of understand also there to understand nuclear science, because if I don't have moral understanding of the nuclear science, I would misuse it and harm others. So nuclear science is something which is a sensitive science or a sensitive subject which is accessible to only a few. not to the whole mass. You can't give nuclear science knowledge to everyone because everyone won't have the moral understanding to use it based on his social status. Obviously, social status does affect, correct? Like, for example, a person, who is in a particular social status may behave differently, and but social status, I did not say blood or something like that. Social status might behave differently. A person who is in a person believing in a different social status might behave differently. So he will have a different mindset. Now, this is the what I believe. So now, Shudras. So Shambuk Vad is a episode of a Shudra. Now, for coming to, like, for example, Vedic, like, for example, if I have read in now here also in Vedic knowledge also, uh, Varna is part of Hindu sociology, not Hindu spirituality. There are two types of Hinduism. Like, one who becomes a sannyas, he can access have who is away from the social uh, norms. He will be access. He can have access to the Vedic knowledge. Like, for example, Shabri, she was a Shudra, to my knowledge. She was not a Kshatri, she was not a Brahmin, she was not a Vaishya. She was a Shudra. But she was living in an ashram. But she was a Sadhvi. So, obviously, she had access to Vedic knowledge. But then, why did you restrict Shambuk, who was also a Shudra, from taking Vedic knowledge? As I told you, just as nuclear science, you can't give some knowledge to everyone. It's not valid. It's not morally correct. Also, it's sensitive knowledge. So now I don't know about what Vedic knowledge has. I have not read it. So let's say, for example, Shambhuk Vad. Uh, if my reading is proper, what I have read is proper, there was a death of a Brahmin kid which led to the killing of Shambhuk Vad, or killing of Shambhuk. There was a Brahmin father who came with his dead body of a son and told Rama that, see in your Raj what is happening, a Brahmin's child is died. So then he went on, and then he saw somebody doing austerity, and then whatever. Then there was might be in Ramayana some poetic expressions would have been written. So it is true that there was a case where a Brahmin kid was had died, and the cause of it was connected to Shambhuk's austerity. Now, again, as I told you, nuclear science, I do not know what knowledge it has, and is it it is reasonable? Is it sensible to have everyone that knowledge? I do not know, because I have read that Vedic knowledge has occult also. I do not know occult how effective it is. Whatever. So, if, like, for example, if Lord Rama can punish a Brahmin, Ravana, he can uh, like appreciate Shabri, a Shudra. So he was not a biased in this story, correct? Like, for example, if just because Ravana was a Brahman, that did not prevent Rama from punishing him for his deeds, or just because Shabri was a Shudra, he did not, it did not, he did not, uh, it did not, he did not avoid him to appreciate her as his devotee. So if there is this here in those two cases, he is very unbiased. Why did he kill Shambhu? Shambhu, who was also a Shudra. Now, the case, as I told you, there was a Brahmin kid who was dead, and that led to the killing of Shambhukvad. Uh, Now, I will give you an example relating to modern day. There was a case in KEM called Aruna Shanbag case. Now, here what happened is a nurse who was a Shanbag. Shanbag is a GSB, to my knowledge, that they are Brahmins. And she was going to have a marriage. You have to find the Aruna Shanbag case of KEM. Now, this lady was about to get married, and she was raped by a Dalit, Valmiki guy. So, just because she's a Brahmin, and she's been raped by a Dalit, so should the law not punish him? Like, question comes. Just because she's a Brahmin and she's being raped by a Dalit, so should the law uh, prevent from punishing him because he's a Dalit and she's a upper caste and he has upper caste, so-called upper caste, and he has raped her. She is a lower caste, so you should not punish him because. So should it like if you punish him, then there will be andolan that someone from the Dalit Samaj has been like illegally hanged or something like that. So this is what is happening in the Shambuk's world also. Actually, there was a death of a Brahmin child, which led to, I don't know how actually that cause was related to Shambuk's austerity, and so this is how I feel. So we don't have from my case I understand that Shambuk Vad was not something if it is similar to what the Aruna Shanbag case is, then be it from any caste, if he has done some mischief, he has to be punished. I think so. This is what I believe. See, again, whatever I've spoken is based on whatever little bit knowledge I have. This is what I feel. Thank you very much.